This is the Battle of Sour-Deville, France, in Operation Assault Mode. This is my officer. My officer is using the MP40 and the Luger. The Luger he will not use. The MP40 was built in 1938, but first met action in 1939 when the Germans invaded Poland. The MP40 was famous for being one of the most formidable weapons of submachine gun used in guerrilla warfare. My officer's flak jacket, which most officers wore, is probably using the flak jacket. Most officers use flak jackets to protect themselves. Flak jackets were impervious to heavy bullets from flaks and packs, but they still did damage to the officer. My officer's under fire from a pack. Where this pack is, I am not sure. But we must destroy these machine gun nests here and here, so we can destroy this mortar bunker here and make the troops surrender. Some troops will not surrender. That was an American screaming, I'm sorry. I just like clicking on the Leutnant just to hear him say all these weird things. Oh, he has just thrown his grenade at these troops here. And he has just killed them all with one grenade. Now, when you're playing Assault Sour-Deville, you can upgrade his gun, his defense, or his grenade. Now, since this is only the recording, I can't really show you his grenade or the upgrades. I can show you his grenade, but I just can't show you the upgrades. See, his flak jacket is probably protecting him right now from the grease gun that's just shooting at him. He's protected. And the officer is probably just one of my favorite characters in the game. One, because of his amazing voice clips. They're just funny and weird. And they're just funny. These troops are surrendering. They will walk back to the base where they will be taken prisoner. Those troops are surrendering too. All of them. Down here, we can see my officer's kills. I'll try and zoom in on them. It appears he has killed 15 people and destroyed 2 buildings. Good work, friends. He is now retreating back to the mortar bunker so he can, well, just get his health back. German mortar bunkers were actually one of the first mortar bunkers to be semi-automatic. It had a weird mechanism in them that let them repeatedly fire mortar shells, up to 4 to 5 times. The Allies soon came smart of this, and designed bunkers of their own, like the same. But mainly, they were never put to use. They mainly captured German ones, and used them against the Germans. I'm going to speed up the game a little bit, just so we can skip through all this walking and nonsense. Yep, the game is sped up. Not very much, but some. And this is the part where he dodged that artillery shell. He is so brave, isn't he? Now let's slow it down to super slow motion and see what's going on. My officer is at a standstill with these troops right here. He's not letting that one get away. He was just shot in the head. He's indestructible. And now he's reloading. Let's zoom in on that. Well, didn't really get a good shot of it, but... Now, by the telling of this uniform, This is an inspirational officer. He was a member of the Wehrmacht, not the SS. Now in a real game, those binoculars allow him to have observed artillery, which means he can call in 91mm mortar shells to strike the area. During the war, 90mm mortar shells were very devastating during the beginning, used on offensive to stir up enemy defenses. Later, towards the end of the war, they were given incendiary effect, which means they burned the ground that they hit for a short while. Germans mainly used artillery. It was in their great tactic called Blitzkrieg, which is German for lightning warfare. He's now throwing another grenade. Let's see what happens. Devastating. Here are the lieutenant's 3 bodyguards that have just been called up. He is following them. Now, officers didn't usually have bodyguards, but during large battles, a lot of them did. Now, the bodyguards are clearly using the Kar 98K rifle. The Kar 98K rifle was one of the best rifles ever used in World War II. It was modified from Mauser's first carbiner, which was used in World War I. Carbiner was a bolt-action rifle. Kar actually stood for Carbiner, which is German for carbine. I just heard a very good quote from an American guy. He said, "Infantry is where it's at." That is true. Let's watch and see what my officer does here. He has thrown his grenade, but I think this is the one that missed. It did miss. Now, I'm going to pause the video here, and this is going to finish part 1 of the battle. See you at part 2.